Okay, back with Greg Luscombe. We're going to talk about the differences between your standard trombone as well as an F attachment or a trigger trombone.
All right. Well, most of the time when you start out in, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, wherever you start, you're going to be given a horn that we call a straight trombone. And that means that it's just a simple thing, really, a trombone with a slide on it. Okay, and when you become a little bit more developed, most likely the band director, orchestra director is going to want you to kind of step up to a horn that has a trigger on it like this. Okay, and basically what you see with the trigger horn is you got this whole bunch of extra pipe, and it helps you play notes more easily. And I'll try to go back and demonstrate. Before I get there, I should also talk about the basic difference in the horns. If you take a look at at this, okay, the one on the right has a smaller bell. Okay, so usually when you start out on a beginner trombone, you're going to start out on a little smaller horn. Okay, and you're going to have a different mouthpiece. You'll probably, I don't know if you can see this, but this mouthpiece and this mouthpiece look very similar to each other, but
The cup sizes
are different. This is a smaller cup. This is a little bigger. The cup is what's inside here, and this mouthpiece, which came out of this horn, actually won't fit in this receiver here.
Right.
It just won't go in. Okay. This is what we call a bass shank, even though it's not really a bass trombone that I have. It's a bass shank or a large shank, and
Sure.
then this is the tenor shank goes in here. So when you get a new horn, what comes along with it also is a new mouthpiece. Okay, but going back to the way the horns work and why you might think to yourself, well, why do I need a horn with a valve on it? Okay, well, you really don't necessarily, but it helps you technically. So I think what I'll do, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to play first. I'll just do something here, and I'll play a couple notes. Now, if you've noticed, my thumb is a little noisy trigger, this particular horn, but okay, now, if I were to do that same set of notes on this thing here, which is a smaller bore tenor without a trigger, I'm going to have to go. It doesn't sound too good, does it? Because I'm having to go from what we call first position to sixth position, back to first, back to sixth, and etc. Where when I have the trigger, it's much easier. Okay, and then there's some other notes, some other things like that first note down there is what we call an E flat, which is below the staff, which you probably don't know what that is yet, but that low E flat, I cannot really play on this horn because it's below low E. I can falsetto it. That's just my lips buzzing the notes. I'm not actually, you can hear an E flat, but it's a funny sound if you listen really carefully compared to much clearer because I'm actually pressing this valve down, opening up all this other pipe.
My understanding also is that whenever you have extended length of tubing or just the instrument itself, you get a richer, deeper, warmer tone.
Well, you're getting a warmer sound on this horn compared to that because of the basic, well, the bigger bell,
Right, yeah. That's
but also what we call the bore size.
Ah,
Okay, this is where we measure the bore, and this particular bore would be 547 thousandths of an inch.
so that's the diameter of the tube.
Diameter of the tube.
Gotcha.
Okay, and this is what we call a large bore tenor trombone with what we call a Thayer valve on it, and there are all kinds of different valves out there that you can buy. You don't have to get this kind. There's a lot of options out there.
Just sold the Bach Infinity valve yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the best horns we've had in the store in a long time, and it was the first time that it went out of here. So yeah, fantastic horn.
Yeah, so that's an option. The bore size, okay, I was just talking about the bore size, and this one here, this is a medium bore. Oh, by the way, this is a Bach 42 with the Thayer added onto it, and this is a Bach 16M, and this is a medium large bore, and I think the bore size on these is, maybe 508,
Yeah,
okay?
typically 508, then 525, and then 547 are the usual transitions from beginner to intermediate to our nice Bach 42, like what you have over there, would be in the performer level.
But this particular, like this 16 level horn, now this is a little bit better than the general beginner student horn, straight horn, even though it looks similar. And it's a little better, well, you got a one-piece bell on it, which like most student horns don't have the one-piece bell, sort of soldered together, and just the general quality nickel silver slide. And this particular horn actually, I do use it professionally, but I would use it more for jazz, popular music, bands, not necessarily orchestras. So it's another thing that when you are in the school band program, you might be playing in the jazz band, and you might be playing in the concert band or the wind ensemble or whatever they call it. So you might want to save your student level horn
Sure.
for jazz band or for marching band.
Please, for marching band, everyone.
Yeah.
Please don't march with your
That's right.
nice trigger trombone if you can avoid that.
Right.
That would be great.
Yeah, so that's basically it. I mean, if you're going to buy one horn to cover everything, or cover most everything, you need to get something with the valve on it,
Sure.
so you can cover the full range of the spectrum of the instrument. So
That's great information. Okay, well, we'll stop here and we'll go on to another video. Thank you, sir.